Now, we had a ton of high school football games throughout our area tonight. We'll get to all of those in a second, but first, we're going to kick things off with our Papa Murphy's Game of the Week. To Rocklin we go. The Del Oro Golden Eagles taking on the Rocklin Thunder in the Battle of the Shield. We'll pick things up in the first. Rocklin ball. Eli Hardy takes the handoff, and he's going to show some fancy footwork as he gets in for the touchdown. Rocklin up 6-3 at this point, and they would add to it to the second quarter. Kenny Leaf going deep, and like a good neighbor, Nathan Kent is there. Oh, Kent skates in for the 84-yard touchdown reception. Rocklin up 15-3 at this point, and right before the end of the half, Leaf would punch it in for another touchdown. Rocklin, they win this one 38-3. They hang on to the Shield, which was named after a former classmate who lost his life in the line of duty as a police officer some 15 years ago.
This has been a tradition for a while. Both communities, are huge on this. Like I said before, a man who really supported both communities, who put his life on the line and who did more than anyone could to help us out.
Well, congrats to the Thunder there. Our next game takes us south to the 209, a matchup most of the section has been looking forward to, and a battle of undefeateds. Now, both teams coming in at 4-0, and in the end, one team would remain undefeated atop the Valley Oak League. The big game in the Central Valley in Tracy as the Kimball Jaguars playing host to the Oakdale Mustangs, and this one was a shootout. The Jags will strike first as Nicholas Coronado finds his way in from 4 yards out, sneaks it past the byline. Kimball at top, 7-0. Mustangs answer right back before the end of the opening quarter. Jackson Holt fakes out our photographer, as you can see, and the defense. As Yahir Ayala, he gets in for the touchdown. Game would stay 1 point advantage as Oakdale fells on the 2-point conversion. Now Coronado, the slant to Dylan Anderson. Jags go up 19-6 at the half. Oakdale storms back, putting up 28 points in the third to carry a 3-point lead into the fourth quarter. The second half, just crazy, a back and forth affair where Kimball comes out on top. Nicholas Coronado accounts for 8 touchdowns on the night to lead the Jaguars over the Mustangs 63-56. Oakdale loses for the first time. Kimball remains undefeated. And over in Sacramento, the Grant Pacers hosting the Folsom Bulldogs. Folsom coming into this game undefeated, while the Pacers enter this game winless. Now this one was all Bulldogs. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy the Rico Flores show. Oh, the opening kickoff. Flores bobbles it, fields it at the 1-yard line, and just like a kid running home on a Friday night to make curfew, Flores taking this all the way back to the house. Folsom takes an early 7-0 lead. Now, very next possession for the Bulldogs, Flores at it again. Tyler Tremaine rolls out. He finds Flores in the back of the end zone. Flex on them, young fella. Folsom up 14-0 at this point to the second quarter. Folsom in the red zone. Tremaine is going to roll out, looking for a man. Who else? Who's it going to be? Of course, Rico Flores getting up to get that ball. Rico had a hat trick in the first 13 minutes of the game. Folsom goes on to pound Grant 54-0. Bulldogs move to 5-0 on the year. To Folsom next, where it was a battle of the birds, Eagles to be exact. Coach J.P. Dolliver bringing El Camino of Sacramento to the beautiful campus of Vista del Lago. El Camino coming in at 3-1, Vista at 2-2. All right, let's boogie. And watch this, Vista quarterback Jacob Hollingshoss under pressure and sacked by El Camino. Anthony Gutierrez credited with the hit. Now Hollingshoss has to come out for the game for one play as his helmet came off. So insert sophomore John Coate, and he makes the most of his opportunity. He hits Rex Wyrick there, who shakes off a defender, finds pay dirt. Vista on top 7-0. Later in the first quarter, El Camino looking to answer, and this pass from Luke Coleman finds Gabriel Babiano. Only he plays for Vista. And 2 picks by Vista in the first half. A nice return, setting up another touchdown from Vista. Hollingshoss to Matt Long. Vista del Lago cruises past El Camino, 56-20, bouncing back from last week's loss to Capital Christian, improving to 3-2. Now we're headed to Roseville next, the brand new campus of West Park High. It opened last year. Tonight, just the second varsity home game in the history of the school, and the Panthers were greeted by the undefeated Hiram Johnson Royers. Now, after a scoreless first quarter, the Panthers go on to work in the second. Touchdown runs from Weston Wade and Zai Style. West Park distancing themselves from Johnson, take a 25-0 lead into the half, and the West Park Panthers hang the first loss of the season on Johnson. More importantly, it's the first varsity win in school history. The Panthers maul the Warriors 42-8. And over in Rio Linda, the Knights hosting the Liberty Ranch Hawks. By the time I got to this game, Liberty Ranch was already up 42-6. Now, we'll pick this up in the third quarter. Hawks ball. Look at this run by Colin Joseph. It takes all of Rio Linda just to bring this man down. The Hawks would later punch it in from 1 yard out to take a 50-6 lead, but don't expect to see any quitting from Rio Linda. Ensuing drive for the Knights, Anthony Grant takes the handoff. He will not be denied as he runs it in for the touchdown. Liberty Ranch all over Rio Linda in this game. Hawks go on to pick up the W. Now back to Tracy, where the Laguna Creek Cardinals of Elk Grove flew south to meet the Tracy Bulldogs, and the Dogs making life rough on the Cardinals. Tracy leads 21-0 after one. Dwayne Thomas Jr. finding the end zone here. Then later, more Bulldogs. Austin Hosai, the touchdown run. The Bulldogs show that bite and the takedown there of Laguna Creek, 38-7, earning their third win of the season. The Cardinals now 2-3.